So guys, welcome back to the channel. And like always, subscribe for more content. And if you like the video, definitely like it toward the end if you make it through it. Now I do have timestamps for you guys that want to skip to the part that you want to, because I could talk and I'm very long-winded. With that being said, Jlab Mini J Buds. Let me say that correctly. Jlab J Buds Mini, true wireless earbuds. They claim to be some of the smallest earphones ever. And you know, that's debatable. There are alternative brands, but they're probably more so referring to actual name brands we heard of. Now, these guys can give you rapid charging. We're talking 15 minutes, 1 hour of battery life in 15 minutes. Nothing amazing, but it is Jlab. You know, it's $40 price tag. Noise canceling microphones for clear calls. Do not mistake that for noise cancellation headphones. They are not that. They don't have that feature. They do have that more ambient, always aware sound. Pretty worthless to me personally. Some people will like that. These do have IP55. You can use the Jlab app for sounds amongst things like that. And they're supposed to be 50% smaller than a J Air Pop. And again, you know, those were okay size headphones. They were actually the industry standard in my opinion, but these are supposedly smaller. So this will be one of the first Jlab headphones that come in a case that don't have that built-in case also. I think you're getting about 5 hours of battery life, 15 total inside the case, 5 hour per ear. I'll double check that to be safe by the end of this video. I'll put it in the description if I'm wrong. Anywho, and it does have multi-point. So for you guys that want to connect these to a phone and then hop over to a tablet or to a PC, you do have the option to do that. Though, honestly, I would have preferred active noise cancellation and multi-point. To me, that's not that important. I have headphones for literally everything. With that being said, let's unbox it together and see if this is actually worth the asking price. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I first started reviewing Jlab headphones, I definitely liked doing it. They made a lot of different headphones. They didn't have the best comfort out of all the companies, but their prices were always reasonable. So when I first heard of the Jlab Mini, I said $40. That just didn't really sit well with me, especially given the fact that you can buy so many Soundcore headphones for substantially less that have more features into it and sound substantially better. Soundcore is, in my opinion, officially past Jlab, but you never know. I'm still willing to give anything a try. So there's nothing else that comes inside the box. This is, wow, Lord have mercy. Look at that. This is small. I was not expecting this. This is microscopic small. This is very small. And this is actually meant to fit on your, what is it called? Your keychain. So what I would say is that what I was worried about was, would the snap stay shut when it's on your keychain? And now that I see how small it is, it's understandable. Let me see. Let me do this real fast. Woo! Yeah, you could put these on your keychain. The magnet did not pop open at all. Wow. You see me shaking it. It's definitely very sealed. Listen, I got excited just from that part alone. We didn't even get to the headphones. So anyway, let's open up the back to see what comes inside of it. You have your starter guide right here, which we'll take a look at in a moment. I'm going to assume that this is where the charger is and where the rubber tips are. It's okay. I'm never putting them back inside the box. I'm going to personally use these as backup headphones. We have the USB-C. USB-C to USB-C. Interesting. Not everybody's going to be happy with that, but you can. Wait a minute. Oh, this charges through USB-C. You see that right there? It charges through USB-C. Wow, I did not expect that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You do have your small tips and you have your large tips right here. And as for the actual instructions, I'm just going to open this up for you guys so you can see it in real time. I know some people get headphones used, pawn shops, places like that, and you guys aren't too sure. You may not have the instructions. So I'm leaving this right here so you can see that, right? I'm going to open it up for you. So anyone that's watching this, go ahead and screenshot this or take a picture of it or however you want to do it so you can see the instructions. You'll have an idea of how to use this. Hopefully I'm not moving too fast for you guys. All right, and that's how you use multi-point. You know, this on the back side, it shows you the different equalizer modes, which is not many. Custom, bass boost, balanced, and I'll show you the application. So, you know, you don't have to worry about that. You know, my focus has been kind of terrible on this phone lately. Anywho, That's pretty cool. Now, this is the actual earbuds themselves. This is small. Look at this. Look at that. Woo, look at that. This is cool. So as soon as you open it up, you will see this tab right here. Now you will need to take the earbuds out, of course, and remove the tab. And then when you put it back inside, I'm trying to think which side is left. Do they have a left button and a right button? Let me double check. Yep. So the right button will be right here. It says the symbol. And then the left will be on the left side right there. So cool, cool. And then it's already coded right here, left and right. If you can see that right there. Put the left side in, bam. Put the right side in, bam. And you'll know it's charging when the light comes on. I'm trying to think, and there's a light on the front, so my finger was covering that. These are very, very small. This is really cool. These are very small. I was not expecting them to be this size. To be honest with you, this is probably one of the reasons why they cost so much, because they managed to pack in a lot in this small case. And again, there are no headphones that are this small that I can really name off the top of my head. These are really cool looking. I like them. Let me show you the earbud again. Look at this. Look how small that is. That is really small. Sorry about that, guys. As soon as I took them out of the case, because my what is it called? My phone recognizes like the email. It automatically wanted to sync these to my email, and I didn't want it to do that, so it actually cut the video short. But these are very cool looking headphones. They're very small. So far, I like them a lot. And all I can say is, let's just hope the sound and the call quality is also good. Because again, I wanted noise cancellation, but for the size, for the way they look, it really did change my mind. They went in a different direction to make something like this. And I was actually going to get these Samsung headphones, the FEs, but I got these instead. And I'm actually glad I did, because enough people probably don't have these to review them. They're pretty cool. Anyway, let's go on to the next section, and that's going to be how to actually sync the headset. So I don't think syncing the headset's going to be too difficult. We're going to try to do this two ways like I normally do, right? So the first way is going to be, I'm going to open the case up, as like you said, just pop it open and see if it will read each other. Now, I personally don't think they will, but you never know. They might. Who knows? Go to the settings. Normally you have to take the earbuds out of the actual case in order to sync them, but I figured I'll do it this way first. Worst case, we know how to sync it. All right, so far it's looking for, you know what's funny? I actually have my Bluetooth off. That's probably why. Well, no, it says OnePlus Nord and 30, so that means that it is finding it. So let me just go ahead and take these off real fast. I forgot I turned the Bluetooth off on my phone, so it won't connect it. So here, oh, they pop right up. So it says Jlab. Okay, well, let's do it this way then. That works too. Because remember, I have an email. So what it does in the email is that it'll remember it'll sync your profile settings to your earbuds, and you can do it that way, or you can just do it the secondary way, which would have been take them out of the case, they go into sync mode automatically, like you saw. Either you saw Jlab Minis, Jlab Mini LTE, whatever that was. I always hit the regular one, and we're good to go. So both headphones are actually at 100% already. Believe it or not, I only used them for not too long, to be honest with you, just for like a couple days before I decided to do this review. I just wanted to get the sound profiles and just try out different things. And so far, the process is very, very simple. You can't go wrong with syncing them. It's pretty self-explanatory. And for anyone that still needs help with that or resetting the earbuds, just let me know and send a private message, or not private message, but a little message in YouTube, and I'll do a video strictly for that. But anyway, very simple to sync. Let's go on to the next section. And what should we test first? Let's go ahead and go into the application first before we do anything. So here is the application right here. What I'm going to do is, I'm not gonna say I've never used it. It's been a very long time since I used the Jlab earbud application. I'm gonna tap earbud, see if we can find it together. The J Bud Mini. So this is the different kinds that they have. Now the ones I want to try is Jlab Lab Edition. I think they're like $200 though. And to be honest, when you go that high in price, you're better off just going with a better name brand. Being honest with you. But anyhow, tap the Jlab Minis. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and allow this to search it. See if it finds it. Here we are. So we're already in the application as is. So we're not gonna do the firmware yet, because we're just gonna check out the application. We have the Be Aware mode. It's currently not on right now. If you're wondering what Be Aware is, it's basically like having, you know how some headphones have noise cancellation, and then they have like an awareness mode where transparency mode. That's what Be Awareness is. Be Aware. It's basically the same thing. Now, some people use it, some don't. I personally do not. It looks like you have music mode, movie mode. So I'm guessing that this is some type of mode in terms of sound profiles that would allow, I guess, a better sound when you're watching certain movies, suspenseful movies, drama, whatever it is, podcasting, just something that involves words. Now, what I will say is, obviously, you need to listen to it yourself, because some people don't like the way it sounds. And I'm one of those people where I normally leave the equalizers alone unless it does some type of bass boost. But for this particular video, we are not going to change anything, so I can give you a more accurate assessment of how it sounds when we go over to the music section. So anyway, with that being said, we have the equalizer, which you have the ability to change many equalizer. Oh, wait, can you? Play music to equalize settings. All right, well, I don't plan on paying anything, but the point is that you have Jlab signature sound, you have different equalizer settings, and then you have the ability to do a custom one. So, what's the other company called? We were just talking about it. Man, I should know this. Soundcore Anchor has it where you might have 22 settings. And for some people, that could be overwhelming. That's the reason why this one allows you to do a custom setting, or the couple settings that they offer, so you won't be overwhelmed. Sometimes more isn't always better. That's, I'll leave it like that. To each their own. Some people like customization, some don't. We have the settings right here for troubleshooting, language, device registration. I'm assuming you probably need your receipt or something to register the device. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not interested. And then you have the actual store, email, so you can see a lot of their other products on the website as you see here. So the app doesn't offer too much. You can do a software update, which is what I plan. Let me see if there's anything else. Nope. So I plan on doing a software update soon. So that way I can see how well, if there's any issues that these had during launch, I won't have to deal with it with the update. And outside of that, I mean, they connect pretty fast. They disconnect pretty fast. It's a $40 headset. And like I said before, you're trading in features like active noise cancellation and maybe a longer battery life for smaller earbuds, a smaller case, much easier, and it's more portable, let's put it that way. And for some people, I'm sure people will really appreciate that. But I rambled enough. Let us go over to the music section and see how good they actually sound. All right, guys, so like I always say in every video now lately, the music, I use a file manager. I go over to audio. I don't do anything out of the ordinary, just so you guys know. That involves, let me go back and double check something. Okay, I'm just making sure there's nothing crazy on there. All right, so I don't do anything to actually change the equalizer or any of that. I just use a bare bones generic behind music player, so I can just give you guys a accurate, or more so accurate, assessment based on my ears of how these guys sound. So I'm gonna pop them inside my ear now. Just so you know, the audio you're hearing is through the Samsung A54 5G. Not my actual, not the earbuds themselves. We'll get to a section in that in a moment. Oh, these fit comfortably. They're small, they fit comfortably. I can still hear everything around me. That active noise mode, whatever it's called, isn't on. So I'm gonna play some songs. Actually, play some little. All right, playing some Zombified. Ooh, bass sounds good. This is surprising. Monsters in my bed. I'm gonna put the larger tips in there. We become the Walking Dead. The large tips actually sound much better. The large tips feel like medium tips, to be honest with you. You never let go. Something they said 10 years ago. They're canceling. Woo! They won't stop till everybody's zombified. Mountain high. They're dead inside. It goes on and on. Let this go. Okay. So let me just talk about this a little bit. The medium tips sound perfectly fine. I do notice is that when you buy headphones lately for different brands, it feels like they made the earbuds smaller. Maybe it's me. I don't know. It just feels like they're a little bit smaller. So I switched these over to the large tips. And let me tell you something. The bass almost overpowers the actual, not lyrics, but a lot of the instruments in the song because of how heavy the bass is. Now on the medium tips, that's going to average a lot better for the most people. But the reason I use large is because I catch a train, unfortunately, again, to get to work. My scooter's out of commission. And I like blocking out a lot of sound. Granted, I normally use active noise cancellation headphones, and we're going to talk about that in a second, my experience with these on a actual train. But anyhow, the music sounds super, super clear. The audio sound clear. The voices sound super clear. I don't have an issue with it so far. It did a really good job of balancing music in general. The last couple Jlab headphones I used did not sound like this. Like the sound profile sound better than a lot of the prior models that they made, and these are only $40. So far I'm liking this. So let me just try a different song. Let me play something heavier. What's this one? Ah, here we go. Turn this up. Ooh, the bass is crazy. Ba, 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 ba. I like this. Woo, bass. Okay. Okay, so I purposely played some Korn because I knew that, if you ever listen to Korn, especially their older stuff, I don't know if they're still active or not. These guys tend to have a lot of bass in their music, a lot of drums, a lot of kicks, yelling, screaming, just what rock is supposed to be, right? Teach your own. It sounds very, very good. And the reason why I picked Did My Time is because I downloaded that years ago, right? And it's not even at the... See, here's the thing that people need to understand. Normally when you play music, when a song is cut a certain way, meaning, let's say you use FL Studio, you can determine the quality of how it's generated. So if you have a song and you want it in its best quality, it's the bigger the file is going to be. And the reason I picked this one, because this was recorded, it was downloaded, and it's lower than a lot of my other songs on my tablet or on my phone. And so far, let me take this off because it's brightening people's eyes. It sound really, really, really freaking good, man. Like, it sound really, really loud. Now, what I will say is if you're on a train, you will still hear screeching depending on what it is you're playing. If you're watching a podcast that doesn't involve music, you're going to hear what's going on in the background because of the sudden pauses, people not talking, suspenseful music, things like that. It's a movie. If you're playing music, it does do a very good job of drowning out a lot of noise. But what I will also say is that, the call quality, well, we're going to get to the call quality in a second. Let me not jump the gun. Let's keep talking about music. I don't have an issue with these. Honestly, I would have been willing to pay $49 if they would have just added active noise cancellation. Like, that's all they really needed. If they make another version of this, because Jlab makes like 2 or 3 versions of practically every headset. If they make one this small that has active noise cancellation, I would definitely consider using that as a primary device. Now, here are the downsides. What I didn't notice is that when the volume is all the way up, which I was listening to all the way up, it did hurt my ears, obviously. Now, let me, to my defense, to anyone else's defense, let me say that you're not supposed to listen to music all the way up anyway. I only do that for video purposes to show that, hold on, my white phone ringing. I'm not gonna remove my video. I only do that for video purposes to see how loud it gets, especially if you're on trains or automobiles or different things. Can it drown out other people? If cars are driving past you, can it drown it out? Some people want to be left to themselves when walking down the street to their own thoughts. And, sometimes you want a good headset that does everything so you don't have to have multiple headsets. Now, like I said before, this does have multi-point and other features, but just the sound quality dude, it's good. It's good. It's not better than a lot of the Jlab headphones that I've done, because to me, some of those headphones fit in the ear a little bit better, and we'll talk about that in a second. But these were pretty snug also, and I'll show you that in the next section. But so far, the music sounds very, very good. I didn't change any profile whatsoever. The most I did was change the rubber tips to large just to see how it sounds, because the larger the earbuds tips, at least in my opinion, the deeper the bass will be. The smaller it is, the more narrow the bass is, but it also does a better job of other instruments in the background. So a lot of people will stick to the medium tips, which I will suggest. But for big ear people, the large tips don't feel like the typical large that you would get in a regular headset. I don't know what it is. Maybe the buds are so small that I'm being tricked over here, but so far it's pretty good. Anyway, let's go over to the next section. All right, guys, I want to show you how they look actually in the ear. Now, keep in mind, these are the large tips still on here. Put the right one in first. Like I said, this is how it looks. Pretty small in the ear. Do apologize for the quality. I'm using the front camera. This is how it looks. And when you put them inside your ear, it'll say Bluetooth connected, battery full. These are good. I was not expecting these to be this good, to be honest with you. Listen, to be honest with you, I thought it was going to be a piece of junk, but these sound very, very good. That's how it sits inside the ear. Again, apologize for the clarity of the camera. Don't mind the acne right here, you know, smudges. But anyway, these look pretty good. I think they feel pretty good. They just sit in your ear canal, and they're extremely lightweight. I don't feel any ear fatigue at all with these. Now, this is a guy that talks in through Bluetooth glasses. I have multiple devices, especially when I'm at work or just my everyday life for ease of access. And the fact that I won't have to carry these in my pocket, instead I could just optional, I could hook them on my belt, or I can just take this off and just put it inside my pocket. Either way, they sound good, they feel good. Like I said before, I did get ear fatigue when I had it at 100%, but that's practically any headset. Now, normally headphones range from 50% volume to 70% volume. 70% is definitely a danger to your eardrums. 50% I think is around the right octave. And if you're wondering how I know it's 50%, when you use an Android device or Apple device, when you get that bar to the middle, that means it's about 50%. So they sound good, they feel good. Even when I'm looking at you straight forward, you can't see the earbuds. When I turn, then you can see it. So for you guys out there that go to work, have a job where you can't have the earbuds, or you don't want something that's obvious in your ear, especially if you have long hair, this will do the job. This will definitely do the job. Let's talk about the call quality now. So I am going to do a screen recording, as a matter of fact, and I'm going to let you listen to the call quality. Then I'll talk to you about the call quality from the phone call I did with my wife. So I'm stuttering. Let's get over to the next section. So guys, this right here is the voice recording session. So I'm going to give you two. Well, you hear how it sounds right now. So if you're doing recordings, if you're, let's say, doing a voice recording, if you're just recording in general through your video recorder and you have these earbuds in, normally the sound comes through the earbuds themselves, and this is what you're going to get. Now, let me just also say that during phone calls, my wife did say that she can hear me very well, but unfortunately, and this was to be expected with, you know, lower name brands, is that, let's say you're on a train, if you're in a car that's moving fast, the windows happen to be down a little bit, the wind pickup does kind of block the speakers, so it doesn't sound super, super clear. Also, when I was on the train and also underground, I did have to wait to get off the phone, or I had to get off of Bluetooth for her to hear me perfectly fine. So it doesn't have that level of quality in terms of like Galaxy Buds or AirPods or anything like that. And the reason I use those as a standard in terms of voice is because that's still the highest caliber of what you can buy behind a counter real fast in the store. Obviously, there are different headphones that you can get. And if you're buying these, you're buying them for certain reasons. Now, what I will say is, again, how many people are really having full-blown conversations on the subway? That's a time that you probably don't speak to people. And she's, hold on. That's her in the background if you heard her on the Google speaker. But anyway, the point is that they sound pretty good in my opinion. This is the section where you guys can decide for yourself if it's something that you like. And again, gotta talk about that $40 price tag. So far, it's living up to his expectation. So, guys, are these worth the $40? The answer is yes, but there is also a no answer. Let me explain how. If you're not a headphone connoisseur or whatever you call it, and you don't care about, not gonna say you don't care about what you use, but you just want one particular brand, if you buy these, I don't think the average person is gonna have a problem whatsoever with these earbuds. They look good, they feel good, they're small, it's easy to carry. There's a bunch of plus reasons. You got multi-point, which I didn't show you in the video, but it's multi-point. It's not rocket science how to use. But if anyone does need assistance with that, like I said, I'll do a short video for whatever reason, if someone needs me to, and I'll show you how to do it to multiple devices in real time. Now, with that being said, this is what I have to say. Because it's $39.99, I want to give you a comparison. You have these. You have the P20Is from Soundcore. You have the A20Is. I have so many earbuds that I can pull out right now. As a matter of fact, for $10 more, you can buy the OnePlus Bud 2s, and basically those have active noise cancellation. They have all the features that these are missing, and they have a bigger sound profile in terms of equalizer, application support, amongst other things. There are better headphones than Jlab. Don't get me wrong, Jlab isn't a bad brand, but if we're talking call quality, music quality, to have a whole package for a reasonable price, they never quite really reached that element, in my opinion. I think that Soundcore Anchor as a whole has surpassed them greatly in terms of sound quality, music quality, things like that. Now, keep in mind, this is IPX5. You got 28 hours. I think it's like an 8-hour battery life. You got 30 hours in this one. IPX5, 22 equalizer settings, AI enhanced calls. It's like you can you know the difference between quality and not. Now, Skull Candy, in my opinion, used to be really up there in terms of quality. Then they started getting lazy. They started charging more for products. I feel like Jlab is potentially going in that direction. Though what I will say is that because these are so small, and it's nothing really on the market like these, this is a very good investment in terms of what it's capable of doing. I like these earbuds. I'm going to use them going to work. I'm going to have them on my belt all the time as a secondary headset, just in case I lose a pair or something happens, or you never know. It's always good to have extras, especially if you can fit on your belt. But on the outside of that, what other features really make it stand out? The music quality in terms of equalizer and sound aren't better than either the P20i or the A20i. And these both are cheaper. You can get them on Amazon for like $22, 20 something dollars. Some people on in my chat said they got them for 10, 14, 13. It depends. And then on top of that, you still have the Life Note C's, or was that what they're called? I forget what they were called, but the point is that Life Note E's and Life Note C's and stuff like that. There's so many earbuds out there. The market is huge. Now, again, if we're just talking about this particular brand, Jlab, it's decent. The music quality is going to be decent. I don't think you'll be disappointed in that. Call quality can definitely be better on these earbuds. It doesn't have that fresh, high quality audio, in my opinion. I know these do. The A20Is and the P20Is do a better job of quality, and these are also in the same market. So it really depends. Connectivity, there's no issues with these whatsoever. The J Bud Mini. So again, it's all about, what do you prefer? Do you prefer smaller earbuds that can fit on your keychain? This is the way to go. If you want, keep in mind, none of these have active noise cancellation either. If anything, this might have a feature or two more in terms of the transparency mode feature that they'll be aware. But outside of that, again, it's really hard to say which one would be better for the average person. Though what I will say is that the P20Is work well in the gym. They don't fall out the ear. They don't wiggle. I never had a problem. The A20Is might not fit in so many people's ears because of it's a rounder design and it's a little bit fatter. These, on the other hand, will fit in probably, I'm not going to say 90% of people. I have no idea. I do think that most people can wear these. The problem is, will they find it comfortable? I happen to like them a lot, and I've already taken them to work. I've already rode on my scooter originally, and then when it was damaged, I ended up going on my on the subway, and I was able to block out a lot of block out a lot of background noise, though ultimately noise cancellation is still the way to go. But they're not bad for 40 bucks, put it that way. But anyway, like and subscribe like always, guys. Hopefully this review helped you. Like I said before, if you have any questions, I do plan on doing some comparisons between these two and these three, and I have my my favorite earbuds are I just talked about them. The OnePlus Bud 2s. I love those headphones. Like, there's so many brands out there, and it's such quality that, you can't go wrong depending on what you pick, unless you buy something like JVC. Anyway, see you guys in the next video.